Hi, let's see what London looks like from above.
Так мы там были, что? Мы разве здесь на пирсе были?
Она нас отправляла на рейд
На куда?
дальше. Они все вот пронумерованы.
Подожди, кто она отправляла?
Moi, je suis jamais rentré.
City Cruises welcomes you aboard. For your safety, please listen carefully to the following announcement. Please remain seated while the riverboat is moving. And if you leave your seat, watch your step and hold on to the handrails. We have life rafts and life jackets on board for every passenger, including children's sizes. Emergency exits are clearly marked with international symbols. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit. In the unlikely event that we need to evacuate the vessel, remain calm and follow the instructions given by the crew. Thank you for your attention.
The giant observation hall on the south bank, called the London Eye, can be a spectacular place to celebrate New Year's Eve. People line up all along the Thames to watch the sky and the river explode with fireworks. The views from the London Eye are amazing in broad daylight too. Then pop into County Hall, the building with the curved facade and green tower. Inside is Sea Life London Aquarium, where you can feed a stingray, walk underneath a tropical ocean, or have a laugh with the clownfish. County Hall is also home to the London Dungeon. There, you can relive some hideous moments in London's history, including its famous fiends like Sweeney Todd and Jack the Ripper.
We're approaching our next stop at Waterloo Pier. Please remain seated until the boat stops moving. If Waterloo Pier is your destination, be sure to take all your belongings with you and return your audio guides with them. your step and hold on to the handrails. We have life rafts and life jackets on board for every passenger, including children's sizes. Emergency exits are clearly marked with international symbols. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit. In the unlikely event that we need to evacuate the vessel, remain calm and follow the instructions given by the crew. Thank you for your attention.
Meets in the Palace of Westminster on the North Bank, with its elaborate Gothic turrets and a tremendous square tower. The Palace of Westminster, better known as the Houses of Parliament, is the meeting place of all three components of the legislature, from bottom to top. The House of Commons, the House of Lords, and Sovereign. That means the Queen or King. The palace's famous clock tower is called the Elizabeth Tower, in honour of Queen Elizabeth II. It has 5 bells, 4 to chime the quarter hours, and the largest bell that tolls the hour. This is the bell known as Big Ben. The rate of the great clock can be adjusted by putting pennies on the pendulum. Very high-tech.
We will soon be sailing under Waterloo Bridge. It's sometimes called the Lady Bridge, a name that dates back to World War II. Waterloo Bridge needed to be rebuilt just as Britain entered the war. While the men were away, industries at home were left short-handed. British women stepped in to fill the gap, doing manufacturing and construction jobs that had once been men's work. When they rebuilt Waterloo Bridge, they covered it with Portland stone. Naturally, as women, they picked the most expensive material available. Everyone loves that joke.
I'd like to point out that Portland stone was a very practical choice because it's self-cleaning. Rain washes the dirt right off. See what I mean? Compare the dark underside of the bridge with the clean white sides. Furthermore, those women finished Waterloo Bridge on time and under budget. Sisters, take a bow.
Every year, 6 of Britain's apprentice watermen meet at London Bridge. They're there as competitors in a prestigious race called Doggett's Coat and Badge. From the bridge they row upstream to Chelsea, a distance of over 7 kilometres, or 4.5 miles, a real test of their endurance. Competitors train for years, knowing their whole community will be watching them win or lose.
Thomas Doggett founded Doggett's Coat and Badge in 1715. The race is open to freemen of the River Thames ages 21 to 24, professional watermen who are licensed to carry passengers. In 2013, the City Cruises captain, Nathaniel Bryce, became the 299th winner. Nat describes the experience as surreal. One moment he was on the river, pulling for all he was worth. The next, he was on the dock being congratulated by Princess Anne and answering questions for the BBC. Then he collected the traditional prize, a silver badge representing liberty, and a tailor-made red coat with silver buttons. These items have a reported value of over £6,000.
City Cruises is proud to report that several of our captains are among the winners of the coveted Doggett's Coat and Badge.
the gigantic grey dome of St. Paul's Cathedral feels like a permanent part of London's skyline. But it's at least the fourth cathedral on this spot, and it was built because of one of the city's greatest disasters. At 2 in the morning on September 2nd, 1666, a bakery on Pudding Lane caught fire. The flames spread rapidly through the narrow streets. Scholar and statesman Samuel Pepys and his family took refuge in an alehouse across the river at Bankside. Pepys wrote about it in his diary.
We saw the fire in a bow up the hill for an arch of above a mile long. It made me weep to see it.
The Great Fire of London burned for 3 days, destroying most of the old medieval city. King Charles II chose Sir Christopher Wren to rebuild St. Paul's Cathedral and other prominent buildings in London. Wren designed an impressive Tudor rock cathedral. He also created a monument to the Great Fire, a pillar topped with a gilded flame. It stands near where the fire broke out, a reminder of the catastrophe that changed the face of London.
On the south bank stands London's old Bankside Power Plant, made of brown brick with a towering chimney. Today, this industrial building has been transformed into the Tate Modern, the most visited museum of modern art in the world. The collection ranges from Cézanne to Warhol, with free admission to many of his galleries. The Millennium Bridge, a footbridge across the Thames, leads directly from the Tate Modern to St. Paul's Cathedral.
Shakespeare's Globe on the South Bank is a replica of the theatre where William Shakespeare's company performed. It's a round Tudor-style building with white plaster walls and wood beams.
The builders needed a special permit to install an authentic thatched roof made of dried sedge and hazel. Thatched roofs have been illegal in London since the Great Fire. In fact, the original Globe Theatre burned down during a performance when a cannon was fired at the sound level and accidentally set the roof.
The neighbourhood around the globe is a fashionable area with a beautiful walkway along the Thames. But in Shakespeare's time, Bankside was notorious for pickpockets and houses of ill repute. Some theatres were also used for bear baiting and bull baiting, two brutal pastimes best left to the imagination.
Puritans condemned going to a theatre, particularly because people left work to attend plays in the afternoon. Moralising only seemed to make London theatres more popular.
tall building on the south bank towers over the rest of London. It's a narrow pyramid that's open at the top, as if the pyramid had been left unfinished. This glass-covered building is known as the Shard of Glass. It stands 310 meters, or 1,017 feet tall. This made it the tallest building in Western Europe when it opened in 2012. The Shard has 87 stories, including office space along with shops, a hotel, restaurants, and luxury apartments. For a truly heart-stopping view of London, go up to the observation areas on the top level. You'll also get a close-up look at the clear blue glass that covers the building, which is designed to reflect the sky. On one of those rare sunny days in London, the Shard sparkles like a diamond.
London's skyline today really mixes modern and historic buildings. Personally, I love the eclectic look, but not everyone agrees. Some Londoners have a very cheeky attitude when it comes to modern architecture. Any new eye-catching building instantly gets a funny nickname. Scan the skyline and you'll see three buildings known as the Walkie-Talkie, the Cheese Grater, and the Gherkin. I'll let you guess which one it is. As we approach our next stop at Tower Pier, you'll see London's iconic Tower Bridge with its two imposing Gothic towers. The roadway lifts open when tall ships sail through. Since the bridge moves over water, Lloyd's of London insured it as a ship.
Just offshore near the South Bank is the HMS Belfast, a vast grey and blue British battleship that served in World War II and the Korean War. Today, it's an exciting museum with interactive exhibits. The gun turret experience recreates the lights, smoke, vibrations, sounds and smells of fighting a battle. The operations room has radar screens and touchscreen plotting tables that put you in control of a fleet of warships.
The Tower of London on the north bank is a square stone fortress with dome turrets at each corner. Over the centuries, the tower has also served as a royal palace, an observatory, a prison, and an armory. And is the home of the dazzling crown jewels, which are on display today. Please remain seated until the boat stops moving. If Tower Pier is your destination, be sure to take all your belongings with you and return your audio guide to a member of the crew. Thank you for choosing City Cruises.